This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Did you see it going this way? Like, was this always the plan, or it just turned out better than what you thought?
Bro, with that knucklehead, oh man, I don't even know. Every day with me is one day at a time, man. Every day. Now I feel more comfortable looking to the future because he's completely focused. But in the amateurs, man, was times where he would fight without even training. He didn't care. Like he didn't care about the amateurs, and he still did well. Which was why I felt comfortable even turning a pro. He's dangerous, man. It's just that if he wasn't dangerous, I probably would feel different. But he's dangerous. Round one through round whatever, he's dangerous. So I hope that he stays focused, and as long as he does, now with the team we have now, sky's the limit.
All right, everybody looks at him as a big puncher, right?
Yeah.
But that's all he's looked at as a puncher.
Right.
What other part of his game will surprise a lot of folks until they get in the ring?
I think his jab will surprise him. I think his speed, his closing speed. He's kind of like a cheetah, where he might sneak up on you, and you think, man, he's not gonna catch me, and next thing you know, you get hit with that shot, and it's over. You know what I mean? He kind of has a Teofimo Lopez vibe to him.
Now, he's dispatching guys early. Like, you've had 4 rounders, but you haven't been able to get past what? The second minute of the second round?
Yeah.
Now, is that the plan going into it, or is it just happening like that?
He has a switch, man. He has a switch that honestly, I don't even see it. Even in sparring, I don't see it until fight night. He turns something on in his brain, and he goes for it. He doesn't like to get hit. And if you hit him, it doesn't make him angry. He's just more focused on knocking you out. And I think once he gets hit, something just clicks in his brain, and it's over.
Now, the date is what? September 26th, right?
September 26th.
Now, that's a little less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Were you already in camp before this, or did you just ram it up as soon as you knew you had the date?
We already were prepared to go to camp, just because we were in camp with Damon Allen for his big fight, which ended up getting canceled.
Didn't that get canceled like twice?
Oh man, it's terrible, man. That was a hell of a fight that I was looking forward to, because I know both guys, and the matchup was spectacular. I hope they end up getting that back. It would be beautiful. Shout out to Raging Babe, by the way. I hope that they somehow, some way pull that off, because that was a fight worthy of Showtime, ESPN. I don't care what network you put it on. That fight was fireworks.
Now, Nafear is in a loaded division.
Best division in boxing. I'm telling you that it's the best division in boxing.
Top to bottom, but it's with really young talent around his age.
Super young talent.
How do you see the whole division shaking up?
I don't think the division will be the division for long, because once I think Devin Haney will move up. I think that Teofimo Lopez will move up. I think that Tank Davis will end up moving up. Most of these guys won't be able to make 35 for a long time.
Now, Nafear might be bigger than everybody you named outside of a guy like Ryan Garcia. Is he comfortable at 135, or do you just see him getting his man body and just moving up to 140?
I got the best strength and conditioning coach in the business. I don't care what anybody says. So I've heard some good things about him, I heard some bad things about him. But from my experience, Wendell Chavis, a.k.a. Coach Rick, is the best strength and conditioning coach in the business. We have never had to worry about 135, ever. He made 135 easy. Every fight, most of the time he was under, and we had to feed him to get to 135. So, for me it's easy.
Is that military discipline, Coach Rick?
I think a lot of fighters miss that discipline. I think a lot of men miss that discipline. When you're growing up when you come from where we're from, you're not really raised with the best discipline in anything. So when you get somebody who pushes you the way he does, I mean, Coach Rick will show up at my door at 5 o'clock in the morning with a scale in his hand. Yo, get on that. He's in my living room weighing them with an official scale. Yeah, this is what he has to deal with if he wants to be on his level. I can guarantee you when you get to the top, those guys won't be more disciplined than we will. And that I can guarantee you.
So recently you made a big move as a
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Y'all signed an advisory deal with Freeway Rick Ross.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Honestly, it was all happenstance, man. It was. I hate to bring religion into it, but it had to be God. That's all I can think of. It had to be God that brought everything together. Because once he talked to Nafear, those two hit it off. They talk more than me and him talk. I talk to him probably 5 times a week. Him and Nafear talk every day. Like, he really, really took a liking to Nafear. And I think Nafear's temperament and his temperament mesh well together. It's nothing we don't have. We no longer lack anything. We don't lack a big push. We don't lack a great man behind us. We don't lack money. We don't lack anything. Anything we need, we have.
Why was this deal right for right now?
He's a developing young fighter. He literally just turned 20 years old. I feel like I have all the time in the world. I have no rush. I don't have to worry about anything. I can literally develop him throughout, all the way through, to be an all-around fighter. I hate when people say he's just a big puncher, because I know he's more than that. I've seen him be more than that in the amateurs and in the pros. So I mean, until the time comes, you know, this is the best move. I couldn't have made a better move, and I've been approached by just about everybody.
Now, I met Rick.
Yeah.
Rick's a really good dude, man.
Solid dude.
Yeah, man. What? It was definitely, like, you know, you hear stuff. It was a pleasant surprise to just be with, to converse with somebody that had that much wisdom, and like I said, he's just a great dude. Man.
Yeah,
He's a great dude.
100%, 100%. And I hope that more people, bigger people, realize what he can do for you, as far as just being a support system with anything. What I love about Rick the most is it's not just boxing. He told me straight in my face, like, this, I know this is your son, but he's also my son. He's teaching my son about real estate. He's teaching him about investing. He's teaching him about saving, which I was already doing, but clearly he's a better businessman than I. So even for me, I'll take his wisdom too. Both of us are learning in our own special way from him. But for him to get that kind of business mind from that kind of guy, how can I be against it?
I definitely see Rick becoming a very powerful figure in boxing.
100%.
All right, Kris, I know you don't want to rush him.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you have your eye on? Like one fighter that's like, yeah, we want him, and I think Nafear will bust his ass.
I think right now, I think he'll take Ryan Garcia out right now. If you could tell me right now at 3-0, I could take any fight, I would take the fight with Ryan Garcia right now.
Why Ryan Garcia?
I think he's tailor-made for a Philly guy, and it's not just Nafear. I think if Avery would have had a chance to beat him, Avery Sparrow would have beat him. I think that a lot of these 135-pound dudes don't want to fight Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy will beat these guys. We've sparred all of these guys, and they're all Philly fighters are just different. Because we're bred differently, it makes us better than most of the other fighters. It may sound cocky, and no, I'm sure nobody outside of Philadelphia want to hear it, but we're different. This is where, when you come to Philadelphia, you can go to any gym, you're going to get hard sparring. It's just what it is. I can go to I can name any gym. You name a gym, I can name a fighter that's tough. in Philly, name for me one other state that had 4 world champions at one time, literally at the same time. Tevin Farmer, J-Rock, who else at the time was champion?
Fulton.
Scooter, and Danny. Name at one particular time. Name one other place that had as many champions as we did. You can't name one. When you come to Philadelphia, you better come to fight. That's why all the guys come to Philadelphia to spar. It's pretty simple. If you can make it out of Philadelphia, you can make it out anywhere.
Now, do you feel like it's our upbringing or the kind of coaching that we're getting?
We got 300 murders right now. If you can make it out of Philadelphia, you can make it anywhere. Literally and figuratively. If you can make it out of Philadelphia, you can make it anywhere. And the thing with him, we have a solid group of men behind him. Men, like not the guys that we roll with, they not playing. Like, you're not going to walk up to him with the craziness. We're not going to do the social media beefing. We're not going to do. I got some dudes that's not playing. They're not for none of the games. They're not for none of the jokes. They're not playing. So with that, it's boxing. We want to box. We want to fight. See who the better man is. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? That's where it's at.
Speaking of great sparring, any notable fighters that he sparred yet? Any professionals on the amateurs?
I mean, you name it. I mean, Hank Lundy, Omar Douglas, Damon Allen, Stevie Ortiz. I mean, I can't even go down the list. I mean, Philly fighters are just that good.
Now, based off of the sparring, did you know he was ready? Like when you see him in there with a pro?
Absolutely. Brandon Pizarro. I mean, God, I can't even. I mean, the guys here, all of those guys I just named will beat Ryan Garcia. I don't care. Every guy I just named, Hank Lundy, will beat Ryan Garcia. I don't care what nobody says. They'll beat him. Hell, I think in a little while, I think Scooter, if Scooter comes up to 135, he'll beat Ryan Garcia. We're just bred differently. You learn the hard way. We don't line you up with somebody who's on your level. They put you in with pros and they see if you sink or swim. And if you don't do well, you get beat up, you just get beat up. You come back the next day and you spar again.
His first outing against a pro, did he sink or he swung?
He did really well. His first pro spar, I think it would have had to have been Hank Lundy. And Hank didn't go easy on him. Hank, I don't even think Hank knows easy. He didn't go easy. As a matter of fact, he was preparing for Bud at the time.
Wow.
Yeah. And he had to figure it out. Omar Douglas was a really hard spar. Guys in Philly, man, it's not even. I don't even think it's so much gym worn. I think it's a pride thing. We want to see who's the best. And they test you to see who's the best. It's not like I'm gonna set this up for this day, or you could walk into any gym on any given day, and that guy just be there by happenstance waiting on you.
Yo, that's crazy. How old was he when he sparred Hank?
16.
16 years old, being 16. A sparring partner for a championship fight.
In a championship fight, absolutely.
That says a lot.
It was tough spar. It was really tough. Hank is really good. I think a lot of times Philly fighters don't really get their just due because you got to do the promotional thing. You got to do the political thing. You got to be able to get through all these avenues and all these different managers and promoters and, matchmakers just to get on. So if you don't have the right people behind you or your people don't believe in you to push you, you're not even going to get on to even see these guys. Avery Sparrow, perfect example. Avery Sparrow is really, really good.
I saw that Supernova fight. I saw the scorecards, man. I almost threw up. Bro.
This is what you deal with when you come from Philadelphia, where you're not expected to do anything because you're from Philadelphia, where we're always known as the tough guys. We're known as the hardcore blue collar worker, that the Rocky guy. That's what we're known. Philly is known for Rocky. I know that because I do transportation for the fighters in Philadelphia. When they bring the opponents in and I'm driving them around, everybody wants to see the Rocky statue. That's all they know. I want to see Rocky. So with that, it's like, man, we known for Rocky. You know, like,
not Joe Frazier.
Like, not Joe Frazier, Rocky. Not Danny Garcia, Rocky. Not Bernard Hopkins, but Rocky. Like, Bernard Hopkins was one of the hardest working, sharpest, mentally tough guys in the world. You telling me that's all we known for is Rocky? I can't get with that. Can't get with that. No way, no how.
3-0. What's the plans for the rest of 2020?
We're gonna fight as much as we can. If we can get 4, we take 4. If we get 5, we'll take 5. Doesn't much matter to me. I want him to fight. I want him to get experience more than anything. Man, some of the numbers that they asked for to fight us. I mean, some guy was asking for $5,000. They was asking for astronomical numbers for 4-rounder. It's like, dude, if you want to fight, fight. So we'll fight whoever shows up. Doesn't matter to me. Well, whoever the matchmaker pulls out, I don't care. We'll fight them. I will be wary of the political aspect of it for sure. Like I said, thank God I got the team behind me, man. I've been blessed, man. I don't take any credit for any of it. I'm blessed to have the people that I have behind me. I learned from so many people, man. So many people. I wasn't no boxer. I came in as a dad with one goal and one goal only, to protect my son. Now he can protect himself. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else to it.
Thanks, Kris. I really appreciate it, man.
You already know.